Hey everybody, before we get into today's episode of the Dummy Time Podcast, I want to take a moment to talk about our new sponsor, W Energy. If you're tired of the usual energy drinks packed with fillers and artificial ingredients, W Energy is here to change the game. They've created a clean energy formula that is free from maltodextrin, artificial coloring, and unnecessary additives. What sets W apart is their focus on cognitive performance. Their unique blend includes vitamins and nootropics, with the star ingredient being neurofactor. This patented extract from high-quality coffee cherries has been clinically shown to boost brain performance so you can stay sharp and energized throughout your day. And here's the best part. You can enjoy all of this without breaking the bank. If you're ready for that big energy boost, head over to their website and use code SCIENCE at checkout to get 10% off your order. That's SCIENCE and get 10% off of every order. And it lets them know that we sent you. A big thank you to W Energy for giving us the extra kick we need and for sponsoring today's show. Now, let's get into the episode. I mean, I'm just saying that bad. There's been many worse things I think we've talked about than someone punching their feces.
I'm just asking. Hold on. Jesus Christ, I gotta set up the damn computer. I realized I'm still on my Xbox.
I mean, it all works. It's all a microphone either way.
That shit don't work. You know that.
It doesn't work as well.
Shit'll cut out like halfway through.
That's true.
Oh, it does it. It'll do it anyway.
Either that, you'll get hype and fucking peek your mic out again.
Oh, that happens. That happens pretty much nonetheless, thanks to Discord's awesome noise cancellation. I'll give Discord credit. It's got really good noise cancellation. It's just it cuts you out. It goes, I had enough. I can't do it anymore.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, it just quits. It likes to quit.
Like that.
I don't get it either, because it's not like it's that loud. I think it's the pitch. I think it's a mix of the pitch and the loud. Because it's not that loud. I keep waiting. I just put Gotham to bed, so I'm just waiting to hear him like tapping on the wall or something. I tell you.
I mean, hey, on a positive note, we did set up my OBS and shit the other day.
Yay. Yeah, we did get your OBS set up. That was cool. Oh, by the way, it's episode 26, and there's me and Anthony and Steve. Jesus Christ, Joe's here. I was not expecting to see. Anyway, so it's... Oh, Newt's in here too now.
Oh, Newt, you're perfect for this.
Dude, fucking... Yeah, episode 27, 28, we skipped a week. I don't know. It's 27, 28, something like that. Anyway, Steve and Anthony and Joe and John and Newt now. Christ, I was not expecting to open my DMs and just see a picture of Joe's shit.
No, it's not you. It's Garrett that's killing me. He's just like, why? I also thought that was the private chat, not the group chat. Fuck it, full send.
Congratulations, you were wrong. So, for context on why we're talking about Joe's shit, so we were sitting here waiting for everyone to get here. I'm like, is Newt joining? And Steve said, well, Newt had to poop. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's all right. Newt had to poop.
Wait, why can't I delete that?
I wish
Joe.
There we go. No, I can.
I wish Joe would, because I'm over here eating fucking lo mein and you post that shit.
And I'm fucking got the poo-poo platter.
Oh my god. And then Joe tells a story about how he filled his toilet bowl.
And you're like, oh yeah.
And we just saw the evidence. We just got to see the evidence of that. Don't delete it.
I was alarmed.
He did delete it yet. I'm glad he did.
You can't delete it yet. I have to save it.
Oh,
I have to save it now.
Fine, I will fucking DM it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
He's like, fucking no.
Christ. Dude, that is almost...
DM it to me.
That is like almost as bad as when my son sent me a picture of his. But I kid you not, dude. That thing was like fucking this long and about that big around.
I don't know if it's my headset or you cutting out, but
it was so big. It bridged the whole of the toilet. and would not go down.
That's
Fucking,
gross.
that's pretty much what happened
The
here.
bowl of the toilet.
The things we used to, because I used to send pictures of my poop to people,
Oh yeah.
and like I don't. There's some things I
I'm pretty
regret
sure
doing.
It's a dude thing. It's a matter of honor.
Man, you have some of the poops I've sent to people haven't been very honor. It was very much shameful. Like I can't believe I just passed this through my body.
I'm almost positive I still have that picture of it too.
I don't know why you'd save it. I'd flush that. The only reason I gotta save Joe's is now that he's mentioned I have to put it into the social post.
The fuck you are.
I have to blur it out, but
oh god.
But yeah, now I get to. Yeah, now that we actually got our social semi-coherent, whenever we post pictures and we talk about them, they get posted with it, or some kind of something. So fun stuff. I get to look at that again.
Really
Thank
don't
you,
have
Gossip.
to.
Thank you, Goss and Blur.
You really don't have to look at it. You know that, right?
I mean, I have to if I gotta edit it. I gotta blur
now
it out.
he's just fucking curious.
I am. I mean, it is always curious sometimes how so much comes out of so little, but you know, I'm just saying, man, we're really starting off strong tonight. Newt, how was your poop? Since we're on the topic,
Painful.
Painful. Man, sometimes I just want to say you should go see a doctor. I know you see a doctor, but
you should see a doctor.
Yeah, like
look, I had my ass probed, right? They're like, it's fine.
Okay, the fucking lot lizard by fucking Walgreens doesn't count, Newt.
Yeah,
it was a medical professional in a hospital.
My statement persists.
Since when did your cousin become a medical professional?
Since when did your fucking forehead become so fucking long?
Oh, Steve's had a big forehead his entire life. That's why we always say that Gabe's got a billboard. Newt, I'm just saying you should probably see like an American doctor. You should come here to the States. Come here to the States, let me abuse you for content, and then I'll send you to an American doctor. I'm just worried your butthole's gonna prolapse one of these days, like while you're on the toilet.
That's fine. That's a little death.
What's a little death? I mean, listen, you want to go like Elvis, you go like Elvis, my guy. But
speaking of
anyway.
Celebrities, we the movie industry lost a good one. Val Kilmer.
Oh, that's right. Val Kilmer died.
I know.
Pneumonia. Iceman died
down.
of pneumonia.
I mean, he was like what, in his 70s?
Yeah.
And wasn't he like doing rough anyway?
Oh, he was struggling.
He had throat cancer and like lost his ability to talk. And like that's why in Maverick he had that damn scar. He was wearing that scarf.
Right, I know he's been wearing a scarf because he had like something going on. I couldn't remember if it was like a thyroid something or throat cancer or what it was.
Yeah, it was throat cancer.
Oh shit! Fucking pneumonia got him, huh?
Yep.
That's really sad. It's always sad when a Batman goes. I mean, it's sad when any celebrity goes or anyone goes in general, but like it's a Batman.
Like I watched.
Not saying he was a good Batman, but he was a Batman.
I read an article that was, or watched a video actually that was talking about how they he didn't want to do the Maverick movie at all, but Tom Cruise actually, he actually fucking
Tom Cruise pleaded with him. Yeah,
almost begged him to do it, and they did the scenes that he was in, completely redid the scenes to focus more on Cruise to be talking the most than Val Kilmer, and they like AI'd him a voice for the movie.
Doesn't surprise me. AI is going to infiltrate everything one of these days.
Yep.
Pretty soon, what's going to happen is that people aren't going to be listening to like us sitting here talking about this stuff. They're just going to be listening to a bunch of robots talking about it. It's gonna be like watching an hour-long fucking TikTok.
Yep.
But yeah.
Speaking of celebrities, so I the other day I met two celebrities. One really minor, like she's an author. She's really cool, but not anybody you guys would probably know. And then I met two actors. One on Friday and one on today.
Oh, cool. Who'd
Yeah,
you
I
meet?
was just working at work, going at work. Like working where I do. And the first one was Bob Balaban.
Don't know who that is.
Never heard of him.
Have you ever seen Best in Show?
Nope.
Have you ever seen, oh my god, Monuments Men?
Nope.
Nope.
Ah, damn. Okay. Gosford Park.
Nope.
Nope.
All right. Well,
Where are you watching these shows?
he's a fucking he's in a lot of indie movies. He's just that guy who's famous for like having small glasses, bald. Like he's just a very stereotypical old dude, but he's a sweet man. And he was so nice to me when I met him. And then the other guy today, you probably definitely know, Ken Leung. You might not know him by name though.
Yeah, I don't recognize the name.
You would know him from Lost, or more importantly, you would know him as the bad guy from Rush Hour.
Oh, okay.
The one in the white tux with the Uzi.
Right.
Yeah. No, I briefly met
Oh,
him
that's
today. I
cool.
was like, "Oh my god, you're," and he's like, I appreciate you recognize me, but I'm busy. I gotta go. Bye." Like,
Yeah, that's like how most of it is though. Like I've heard just through like, interviews, watching interviews and stuff like that, like most like high-end celebrities and most celebrities in general are appreciative when you recognize them, but most of them just want to be left the fuck alone. They
no,
don't want you
yeah,
to be like, "Oh my god, dude," and like, "Dude, I appreciate
no,
you. Thank you. I gotta go." Like
I
that's
gotta
the
say,
perfect interaction.
Balaban was fantastic. He was super sweet because I'm like, oh my god, I'm so terrible like with names, but I've seen a bunch of your movies. He's just like, oh, thank you, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. What's your name again? I feel so bad. Like I'm terrible with names. He's like, my name's Bob. And I'm like, oh my god, Bob. Like, thank you. And then I was trying to remember what I knew him from because he's been in
Hmm.
a lot, and so like he came back outside the store and I saw him again, and I'm like, Mr. Balaban, like I remembered what it was, what movie it was, and I told him like I absolutely loved your performance in this movie and this movie. Like you made me laugh, you made me cry. Like keep doing what you're doing, you're amazing. He's like, oh my god,
Keep
thank
doing what
you.
you're doing.
Like he's like, oh my god, you're so sweet.
Look at Joe making someone's day today,
Because
or
he's one
the
of
other
those
day, or
actors
whatever.
like you just wouldn't look at him and go like, oh my god, like it's this guy. Like he's very everyman. Like he's not got the kind of look where it's like you look at like George Clooney and you're like, oh my god, it's fucking George Clooney.
You
He
know,
just looks like all of our dads.
You know what? That's really funny you said that because like I actually ran into a guy. This has been years now, but I ran into a guy in Wilmington, at one of the restaurants I want to say. But you remember the bald cop or the FBI cop who was like into rocks and shit in Breaking Bad?
Oh yeah, the brother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I've ran into him in Wilmington. Like he like comes here all the time apparently.
Mhm.
But I've ran into him like once or twice. Like one I saw him in passing, like walking around. But like I didn't recognize him like necessarily. I just saw. I was like, oh, it's just another bald guy.
I have
Like,
I've met a number of celebrities. I have been starstruck once.
oh,
Um, it was John Leguizamo.
I could see that. I could see John
He was
Leguizamo.
just walking down the streets in New York. It looks like he was in the middle of a shoot. Like,
Oh yeah, you mentioned this. Yeah, he was like
yeah.
possibly filming a John Wick
And
movie or
like I
something.
didn't even bother him. Like I'm like he's busy, but oh my god, like I wanted to like shout like I fucking love you. But I didn't
Yeah,
want to like blow up his spot
I
either.
want to ruin his scene by screaming at him from across the street
No,
like that asshole
he
and
wasn't filming.
being
He had like
John
a
Malkovich.
like a PA was escorting him somewhere.
Oh,
I think he
gotcha.
probably went off to go like get himself some food or like he because he's the kind of guy who'd like just like wander off set to like do something.
Well, he's from New
Um,
York, isn't he?
yeah, he's a New
Yeah,
Yorker.
yeah. So he's like he could just wander off there filming in New York and just be like, "Fuck off! I'm gonna go get some pizza."
Who else? Julia Childs. She was nice.
I would like to meet Julia Child. That'd be
Yeah,
cool
I
to
mean,
meet.
I literally we were walking down the street and I'm like, oh my god, you're Julia Child, and she's like, oh hi, and I'm like, I loved you in 10 Things I Hate About You. Like that was you were amazing, and she's like, oh, you're so sweet. Like that's the typical reaction I get from celebrities. Like the only person who remotely was like was the black dude from House of Cards. The
Oh
old
man, I haven't
guy.
seen House of Cards.
Oh no, I can't remember his name, but he
Dude,
was
I
he
could get
was
my
he
I could
wasn't
get my wife.
nice. Like he just did like he didn't like want to be around us. Like we were a bunch of acting students. Like
Oh,
it was like, okay.
I don't want to be around the guppies. Yeah, Christina's probably got a fucking
Oh,
ton of
dude. She's met
celebrity meets.
God. Yeah, I
Oh,
could get her.
well, hold on.
I could get her. I could get her to come in here and just like drop like a
That's
fuck.
a different so okay, that's a different context though. Like meeting people out in the world is one thing. Professionally, that's a whole nother deal. And I'll tell you as a fucking fact, the Osmond brothers are dicks.
Dude, my wife will contest and tell you that Carrie Underwood is a bitch.
Oh yeah, I'm not surprised. Not surprised at all.
She's
I'm
met.
not surprised.
God, she's met Carrie Underwood. She's met God, she's met so many people. She's met fucking she met Kiss. She's met who
Oh, I'd love
else?
to meet Kiss. I'd love
There's so
to
many.
shake Gene
There's so
Simmons'
many.
tongue.
Do you know the band Sumo Psycho?
No.
They're
It sounds like a
big.
band I should know though.
Oh, you should. Their music's amazing. But they're big on like the indie circuit. We actually took out two of their bandmates after the show. Like we were just
Nice.
like, "Hey, want to go grab French fries and beers with us?" And they're like, "Fucking bet." Like, where is
Dude,
open right now? Because it was like after midnight, and we're like, "We know a place."
dude,
So
so she's actually standing right here. She's met John Stamos. She's met who else, babe? Like name a few. Jared Leto, Shannon Leto.
Ooh.
I'd like to meet Jared Leto.
John
You know,
She's met John Legend.
I'm gonna ask. Currently alive, if you could meet any celebrity, who would you meet?
Me?
Well, the group. Because I also want to get John and Newt talking. I feel bad we've been talking.
The only person who I really want to meet, but I haven't met, would be Stevie Nicks.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
That's the
That's a
only
good
person.
one.
I've met Dolly Parton.
Oh, she's got to be the sweetest.
I met Reba.
Reba. I love
God,
Reba.
I mean, I've met so many celebrities I can't even keep up with them at this point.
Yeah.
She's got to meet one of my hall passes. Twice, actually.
Who's your
Maria
hall
Brink.
pass?
Maria Brink. She has got to meet her twice.
I don't even know who the fuck that is.
She's the lead
For
singer
In This
of
Moment.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I get that. My wife would probably
Yeah, she's got to meet her
the dummy
twice.
mommy
That's
singer.
if we had hall passes, like, yeah.
That's one
Joe,
of
what
my
are you talking about?
Bitch, you live
Hall
a hall
pass?
pass.
What?
Fuck off.
You live a
That's
hall pass.
There's no hall passes. We just have a fucking open hallway.
There's no hall passes. We just don't have a curfew.
Who the fuck have I met?
So
I know Newt's met a celebrity.
I met Arnold.
you met Arnie?
Yeah,
Like,
dude, I
Arnie?
went to his inauguration speech, like when he became governor, bro.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, bro.
You've got to meet the governor.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Dude,
fucking cool.
I got to meet BB King.
I would like to meet BB. I would like to meet BB King. That'd been cool.
I actually saw BB King by sheer dumb luck. Like the first
I've
time
seen Slayer.
The first time I went back to California after I moved to North Carolina, me and my buddy and then my family and some family friends went to Disneyland, and me and my buddy Aiden had got done with the park, and we went back to downtown Disney. There was a House of Blues down there.
Ooh.
So me and my buddy are like, let's see who's playing down here tonight. So we go down there, and there's this girl sobbing her eyes out. sobbing her eyes out. And we're like, "Miss, are you okay?" Because my buddy Aiden is a fucking Eagle Scout. So obviously, white knight syndrome. Duh.
Respectfully, fuck you.
Says the resident Eagle Scout.
So obviously, like he does the, what's the word chivalrous thing, and I mean, we're both concerned, obviously, but I mean, he's like super chivalry, like,
He's
he
slightly
Let me
more
carry you to
concerned
your
than you
destination.
are.
Anyway, long story short, I'm rambling. This girl's date stood her up. She had bought them both tickets to see the show there tonight, and he stood her up. And she was like, "I have a cab coming. Do you guys want my tickets? Like, thanks for seeing if I'm okay." And we were like, "No, we couldn't do that." And she was like, "I'm not going to the show. I just want to go home. I'd
Why
rather
would you
someone
not?
get some." That's what I mean. Like, we didn't know. We hadn't even gone to the door to check and see yet. So,
Like,
we're very grateful. Like, we were like, "Wow, this is an unexpected treat."
What an
So we're like,
unexpected happenstance.
yeah, like, "Oh yes, this is so perfect." Anyway, so
That is the definition of Schadenfreude, but like in its most literal term.
Really.
Pain at the misfortune of others.
So yeah, like, I mean, benefit at the misfortune of others. Like, so, like we talked to her, be like, "We sure?" Like, she was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna start heading towards the gate." She leaves, we head towards the door, like, let's see who it is. Fucking BB King. I was like,
Ooh.
I look over at my friend Aiden, I was like, "Did we just get free tickets to BB King?" And
like for real.
we got to see that man jamming on his guitar.
Oh,
It was
God.
cool.
I would
It
love
was
to
cool.
see that. I would love to meet if so I got a story to tell because Joe reminded me of one. But for your question posed, Johnny Cash.
He's
I'd
dead,
like
motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, you said live, didn't you?
Live.
Fuck, Robert Downey Jr. Then.
Also, now I'm
I'd like to
realizing
talk to
I
him.
think we had this
I met Robert
conversation
Downey
We
Jr.
did dead. We did dead.
I met
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr.
See, I'd like to meet Robert. I'd like to have coffee with Robert Downey Jr. Just talk to him about his recovery.
When he was staying on Figure 8 when he was filming a movie.
I forgot he filmed Iron Man 3 here. I forgot about that. Yeah. Oh, but Joe, yeah, when you were talking about that taking a group out for food, I did that with Hollywood Undead for one of their shows in Myrtle Beach once.
Nice.
It was like one of their first, like they had just dropped their first like CD or album or whatever, and they're doing this show in Myrtle Beach, and I went to it with my old manager James, and I really fucking enjoyed it. It was a goddamn good show. It was them and Dead Sea and someone else. They were fucking amazing, and yeah, I was just sitting at the bar, and these guys sat next to me, and they wore masks the entire show, so I don't know who the fuck they were. And I started fucking chatting with them because I was bored, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we just finished." I was like, "Oh, you guys the guys?" He goes, "They're like, yeah." I'm like, "Oh, drinks, all of them, buy them all drinks." What?
Just so you know, your mic's doing that thing again.
Oh, is it? There you go.
There you go.
How's that?
Much better. No, it was very
It does
subtle.
a weird.
It was yeah.
Yeah, it does a weird like wub sound when it gets near an electronic.
It's doing it technically now, but it's very light.
Oh yeah, it's my headphones. I can't do anything about that. This episode of the Dummy Time Podcast is brought to you in part by Southeast Carolina Crossroads. Addiction is a struggle many Americans suffer with. Being a slave to your vices is never a life one wants to lead, and in today's day and age, finding help with addiction, especially for men, can be just as daunting as the addiction itself. Southeast Carolina Crossroads wants to help you break free from the chains of addiction and give you the tools to help not only get out of the damaging cycle, but also provide skills and lessons to help maintain your sobriety. Their 13-week or 90-day residential program is designed to help men get the support they may desperately need to break free from their addiction and go on to live fulfilling lives without the shadows of drugs or alcohol. I have a great friend that suffered with alcoholism. It was ruining his life, his body, and destroying the person that I knew. And although I am not personally a religious person, I was able to see that the good Crossroads had done for him, and I couldn't recommend them more. So if you are a loved one or struggling to kick their addiction, give Crossroads a call at 910-549-8487 or apply online at secarolinacrossroads.com. Once again, that is 910-549-8487, or you can also apply online at secarolinacrossroads.com. Thank you, Southeast Carolina Crossroads, for helping my friend and sponsoring today's podcast.
Now, you know who I like out of all the celebrities I met, who was probably the single nicest of them, and this was post performance. Like he just got off stage, and like he just did a full show. Like he should be very tired, and like he spent like nearly like half an hour meeting with the fans who stayed for him. Iffy Nawataway from College Humor.
Oh, Iffy? Yeah. Iffy was
like,
good people.
Sweetest human being. So, like, I saw him in a performance at 20-Sided Tavern, which is a live D&D show, and he was a guest performer. The other guest performer did not come out afterwards, which, it's fine. Like, I get it. Like, you're tired. It's after show. Like, it sucks. People were waiting for you, but whatever. But he comes out, and there's probably about 10 or 15 of us waiting for everybody. He goes to every single person, and if they were okay with it, he gives them a hug. Then he goes to every single group of people, takes a photo with them one at a time. Then he goes around and talks to each group of people, spending time with them, and then he signs an autograph for everybody.
Yeah, there's some celebrities that just like to hang out.
Like, he was so awesome, and he was like sweet and like appreciate stuff. Like we were more concerned about him. Like he was very concerned about us, and like we're like, oh my god, like I know like College Humor, like is everybody back home okay? Like are you okay? And he's like, oh thank you so much for asking. No, I'm actually like organizing stuff through like College Humor and I forget the charity that he was working with, but like it was some charity, and he was like doing stuff, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna be donating some stuff, and I'm like, that's so nice of you.
Yeah, I mean, there's this.
John Stamos is that way.
I can imagine.
After the 'cause he was here at Tanger with the Beach Boys, and after the show and everything, dude, he helped do loadout.
I just want to meet.
He
I just
helped
want to
pack
meet Dave
up.
Portnoy.
Dave Portnoy.
I just want to meet Dave Portnoy. Beautiful undercarriage, zero flop. Philly's best.
He helped do loadout and shit. And there's a few that will actually like help. He helped tear down drums and
I could
shit
see.
and pack
I
all
could
that
see
stuff
John
up.
Stamos playing roadie.
Oh yeah, he was. Christina said he was. She said he walked up and she was just standing there like, oh my god, it's like he's like right there. I mean, dude, she's had because I mean, y'all know that she programs lights and stuff for these shows. So I mean, she's got to set up the lights, get everything right, how the performer like then talent wants it and stuff. So she's had so many of them that them she's had one that was sitting back in the green room, and they have a screen set up in the green room so they can kind of see on stage and stuff. And one of them just walked out on stage, took the mic, called her out by name, and said, "Hey, you're doing a great job. You're killing it."
That's nice.
And they were like, "This is the best the best show it's ever looked."
I always like when like people who do like stand-up comedians or bands or like big play groups or whatever. I always like when they like do a nod to the crew and like the people who are like doing the lights, doing the backstage, that kind of stuff. Because like the shit wouldn't work without them, but you just don't see it very often. I feel like you don't see it very often anymore. Like
it's like Keanu Reeves making a massive donation to each of the people who worked on the maintenance.
Yeah, or like buying everybody watches. Because like there was one guy, I don't know who.
Fucking Taylor Swift during Taylor Swift's Eras tour, dude, she done that shit. Like stagehands all the way down to the person that walked her dog to pick up their dog shit.
I'm convinced Taylor Swift is an evil lizard person, and I don't know why, but she can't convince me of otherwise.
I'm convinced that bitch is a robot. But hey, whatever.
You want to talk like weird celebrities? So the weirdest interaction I had with one was John Taffer.
I recognize that name, but I can't put a finger on it.
Bar Rescue.
Okay.
Yeah. Like homie wanted all this cool stuff for his house. It was when I was back working at Best Buy, and like he wanted all this stuff, but he absolutely refuses to have anybody come to his home or even know what his address is. Like, and I'm like,
would you want regular people knowing where you live?
But there's a difference. Like I offered to sign an NDA, and also all the people working on it offered to sign NDAs, and he still refused.
I mean, it's one of those things like I kind of get it, but also like if you want a TV installed, dude, like someone's gonna
Yeah,
have
like
to.
you're not like you told me you're not gonna do it yourself.
Yeah.
Like, so what the fuck,
So
bro?
why not pay the extra, $20 to $30?
Like, you hire people all the time to do this kind of work. Like, you're
Yeah.
just not gonna have them do it at
No,
your
they
own
just all live at his
residence.
house with him. They all live in the attic together, in like one of those old fashioned like servants' residence in the house. They have secret stairwells to let him through the walls.
No, the dude has one of the best fucking scams on television of going like, "Hey, I'm gonna basically have a 30-minute long commercial for restaurant equipment, and then I'm gonna fix up your bar with the money."
I mean,
Yeah. Dude, I'll tell you one that it's just kinda like weird interaction with him, and it's just kinda like very dickish interaction at the same time, is Bob Dylan.
I believe it.
Granted, dude's like 85 now, but like
Mm.
whenever he did a show at Tanger. He did the entire show via silhouette.
like
Mm.
him.
Whole stage was dark. He
I
did
mean,
the entire
that's some
show
artsy shit.
via
Like, I
silhouette.
get it.
You know why?
Why?
He didn't wanna be seen.
Eh.
And the dog, I
Well, I mean, Bob Dylan's not
understand
looking good.
why.
Bob Dylan aged like
I
cheese.
oh, no, he aged like milk. He
Same
So
thing.
curdled. Like, so whenever he finished, I got there, I got to Tanger, signed in to do loadout and everything for it. Whenever we signed in, we got told by his security, his, like, bodyguard, security, whatever,
Mhm.
like, jack dudes. We got told by them, "When we tell you he is coming out, you have to turn around and face away. He does not want anybody to look at him." Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
We're all standing there talking, chopping it up, shooting the shit and whatever. His security comes out, says, "Okay, he's about to come off stage. We need everybody to turn around." My wife, I love her to death. Y'all know her very well enough to
Mhm.
understand that her humor is about like mine. She turned and looked at everybody, she goes, "Oh my god, everybody turn away. You can't see Jesus. He's about to walk off stage." And I'm like, "Oh my
Yes.
god." His his security fucking heard it and just gave us his eat shit glare. But knowing me, you tell me don't look, what am I gonna do? Gonna look.
I gotta ask, what was
He
your
goes to walk
favorite?
off stage. Hold on a second, Joe. He
Mm.
goes to walk off stage. He's basically being damn near carried by 2 guys with a black towel over his
I was
head. I
Grandpa's
shit you not.
bedtime.
Dog, bruh. You remember the skeleton from your biology class that hung around in the corner on the stand?
Yeah.
It looked like you threw skin over that thing and chucked it on a
It was
stage.
past Grandpa's bedtime.
Dog, he's a great great grandfather at this
I'm
point.
just saying, Joe. Well, you were gonna ask what is a favorite?
So, speaking of Grandpa's bedtime, so and it goes into a question I was gonna ask you, but
I don't know. That made me uncomfortable.
like Steve, so like and hold it, like what is the funniest writer thing that you ever had like an artist do when they did the concerts, like that you heard that they had to have? But so you guys know what a writer is, right?
Dude, me personally, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes, because I see them whenever my wife gets them. But
So
me
I'm gonna
personally,
tell.
I do not deal with all that stuff. I could
Mm.
grab her real quick and I could get her to tell you the weirdest thing that she's had somebody ask for.
Mm.
But I personally couldn't tell you because I just get there, set up, and then tear down.
So this is gonna be a reveal because this is also this is my cousin. Well, like technically third cousin, whatever the fucking,
You're related.
it's a relative but distant. We're related. But he's an older artist, no longer with us, but still performing well into his 80s. And he had a writer that his show must end by 9 o'clock. And so what happened was there was some kind of like issue where stage crew or something like didn't then this was at the Westbury Music Fair, which is our local like concert venue, and they were late starting the show. So homie just straight didn't finish his show. He just walked off stage at like 8:59.
Well,
Like, and they're like, "You, sir, you have to finish the show. You can't just like end the show." And he's just like, "Gentlemen, I am 85 years old. I am tired. Good night."
I mean, at a certain point, like, yeah, let the old man sleep.
Yeah. So, any idea who it is?
I don't know. You told me he was an old man who had an early bedtime. That is every old man that I know. That is me. I am that old man.
But performing at that age.
I don't know. Axl Rose? Fuck, I don't know.
Tony Bennett.
Oh, nice. Oh, you're related to Tony Bennett. That's
Yes,
very cool.
He is my grandmother's cousin.
That's cool. That's cooler.
And he is a very sweet man. They met. They met in Vegas.
That's better than my celebrity relative. So I'll give you that. You got a nicer celebrity relative than I do.
Who's yours? Lizzie Borden?
Scarface.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
what? Like Al Pacino
No.
or actual
No, like
Scarface?
actual Scarface. Yeah. Yeah. It's marriage. It's by marriage. They're not blood. It's by marriage.
Bet.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
My it was like a distant cousin married his niece or some shit. Or married his nephew, something like that. My old man got to meet him. My old man got to meet him and his bodyguard. It's actually funny. He had a bodyguard with him. My old man was telling me he had a scar that ran across his neck, right? And my dad walked up to him. It was like 17 when this all went down. And he walks up to the guy and goes, "Hey, if you don't mind my asking, what happened to..." He goes, I said something my boss didn't like, but he let me keep my job. He cut my throat." I was like, "Oh, cool."
Damn.
So
But yeah.
to answer your question, Joe, I just asked Christina. So the weird, like, as far as weird stuff on a rider that like show has to have, well, two things. One, she couldn't remember who it was, but I think she said she wants to say it was like Billy Joel or something. Specifically asked
Asshole.
asked for 7 strawberries, no more, no less, and they had to be a specific brand. That was one.
Omakase?
I don't know. But she said that Justin Bieber, whenever he did a concert in Greensboro, that he made them build a full-size hot tub in his dressing room, and he was late performing because he was too fucked up in the hot tub.
Sounds like the Biebs.
I mean, fucking bet.
Sounds like a fucking Canadian.
Sounds like a...
Oi.
I just... Newt's so quiet then. Oi!
You keep my country names out your fucking mouth.
Well, I mean, hell, between him and Drake, you can fucking have them both back. We don't want them.
We don't claim them.
Justin Bieber a distant relative of yours?
You bring up. What?
You said leave my cousins alone. Or did you say leave my country?
No, I said leave my country out your goddamn mouth.
Oh, gotcha. I thought you said cousin. I was like, you're related to Justin Bieber. That explains a lot.
Oh, dude, that would explain everything. What the fuck you mean?
Newt,
I hate all of
do
you.
you have any celebrity relatives?
Not that I know of.
I mean, it's Nova Scotia. You might be related to the Trailer Park Boys. One of them. You should find out. You should 23andMe yourself to see if you're related to any of the Trailer Park Boys.
No, because our family lineage in Nova Scotians only goes back like 2 generations.
And it's mostly in a straight line anyway.
Hey everybody, I want to take a moment to talk about our new sponsor, W Energy. If you're tired of the usual energy drinks packed with fillers and artificial ingredients, W Energy is here to change the game. They've created a clean energy formula that is free from maltodextrin, artificial coloring, and unnecessary additives. What sets W apart is their focus on cognitive performance. Their unique blend includes vitamins and nootropics, with the star ingredient being Neurofactor. This patented extract from high-quality coffee cherries has been clinically shown to boost brain performance so you can stay sharp and energized throughout your day. And here's the best part. You can enjoy all of this without breaking the bank. If you're ready for that big energy boost, head over to their website and use code SCIENCE at checkout to get 10% off your order. That's SCIENCE and get 10% off of every order. And it lets them know that we sent you. A big thank you to W Energy for giving us the extra kick we need and for sponsoring today's show. John, what about you?
I have a family member that's trying to prove that we're related to Joan of Arc.
Joan of Arc?
Mm-hmm.
God
As in
damn.
the Bible.
That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. I had a friend of mine growing up. His name was PJ. He was related to George Washington. Yeah, his mom was super into genealogy, so she tracked their family lineage to like fucking Stonehenge days. Like, she's got books and books and books. She could tell you every person they're related to going back for fucking years. I'm pretty sure it's a condition, but you know, it's cool information. But yeah, they're related to George Washington. Every time I look at him, you can kind of see it a little bit.
Weird flex.
It is a weird.
That'd be a weird.
That
would be a weird ass flex.
It was like it was one of the first things he told me too. Like when I met him in like 4th grade. Like I've known this guy since I was in 4th grade, and like I remember one of the first things he says is like, "Yeah, I'm related to George Washington." I go, the president?
Weird flex, but okay.
Yeah. Weird flex, bro, but okay, we're gonna go with that.
Yeah, I was like that. I mean, that's cool. You want to play with Legos, like? But
Dude, my nieces are almost convinced that Dolly Parton's their grandmother because my sisters told them that she is.
no, but we could still some royalties. Get yourself.
But I mean, we're not
Once you-
obviously. But my sister's such a big Dolly Parton fan. She's like, yeah, Grandma Dolly, and I'm like, do you realize these children are gonna grow up thinking that's their grandmother,
Yeah,
right?
one of these days they're gonna send a letter to Dolly Parton. Gonna try
Hi, Grandma.
try to tap that grandma fund.
Yeah, right. You know, she made an album that is vaulted to not come out until like forgot what year, but like she would be 98 when the album releases.
Yeah,
She's done a complete album that's not supposed to come out for a certain year.
I've heard that artists either have been or started to like record music and like lock it away so that way if they die, they can like keep having music release.
Yeah, that's a pretty common practice now.
Yeah. I just kind of heard about that. I thought it was cool. It was a cool idea.
Dude, you know that it's a Dolly Parton recorded a song that fans can't hear till 2045.
Yeah, she's figuring she'd be long
is
dead.
what it is. Nah. Dude, she's got so much fucking plastic surgery. She's gonna live till all of us die.
You know, there's a fun fact I didn't know about Dolly Parton until my sister told me, is that Dolly Parton's actually a brunette and she wears blonde wigs so that way she can go out in public and no one will recognize her.
I will have no ill word spoke about Dolly Parton. That woman is a saint.
Dude, yeah.
I think Dolly Parton's great. I mean, it's not like
I wouldn't have anything ill will to say about her.
Do you know about her child literacy program?
Yes, Gotham is part of that child literacy program. He gets a book every month.
Good.
He gets a little easy reader every month.
And there are government officials talk about taking out their budget. Like, fuck off.
Yeah, Dolly Parton has you know what? If anyone's listening to this and you have kids and you haven't checked out Dolly Parton's reading program, you should do it because it's a free little tiny book every month. It's not a tiny book per se.
My nieces get them.
She encourages childhood literacy.
Yeah, it's actually really good. That's how Gotham. Like one of the reasons Gotham learned to read outside of reading, because I always watch the TV with the captions on. That's one of the ways he's learned how to read TVs through Disney movies and the captions, or just how to read. But
teach him Spanish that way.
He watches Dory in Spanish and Japanese all the time. I don't know if he understands it, but he watches.
She was born in 46. She'll be 80 next year.
Dolly Parton was born a year after World War II. Let that fucking sink in. Dolly fucking Parton is as old as World War II.
I feel bad. Her husband passed this year, and he was a sweetheart too.
Yeah, she'll be 80 next year, and by 2045 is what it says the album would come out. She would be 100. She would literally have outlived Betty White.
I fucking wish that I would look as good as Dolly Parton does at her age. I know for a fact
Dude,
that
think
if I
about
make
it.
it to 80,
Betty White was fucking
99.
99, dog.
yeah.
She didn't look 99.
No, Betty White looked 99. When you think of 99-year-old old grandma that's still healthy, I think of Betty White. Or Queen. Or Queen Liz. One of those two. But like when I think of 80 years old, I don't think of Dolly fucking Parton. That's for goddamn sure.
I mean, there's
Jesus.
a lot of celebrities out here now that are like, oh, in their 70s, it look fucking. You could only pin them for maybe 50s.
Well, I mean,
there's
there's celebrities like Keanu Reeves that ages in reverse because he's a vampire. But then you have like Dolly Parton, who, like, don't get me wrong, love Dolly Parton. She's a saint, but she's also half made of plastic. She's basically an automaton.
Yep.
So, like, just saying. Also, yeah, Keanu Reeves is a vampire. I firmly believe that. I'll die in that hill. The man ages in reverse.
I mean, you had mentioned, or just recently mentioned that about when I brought up the whole song thing, that artists have music to come out like when they die.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Tupac did that shit. He had music for like the next 5 years after he died.
Yeah.
Which I think we'd already.
I think that's what sparked the idea of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I remember you mentioning something like that, and you were talking about the Dolly Parton thing. I was like, oh, I think that's the thing that's like starting to catch on too.
Homie had put out music to like fucking 2000, 2001.
It blows my fucking mind.
Like, dude, that was just so his mom kept making money because
yeah.
she was apparent. The family was getting all that money, and then she ended up dying.
Yeah, that makes sense. Also, probably reason why everyone thinks that Tupac's still alive. And apparently, according to Joe, owning a bed and breakfast with Biggie.
Dude. Okay, speaking of Biggie, so do y'all know who Big X the Plug is?
The fuck you call me?
Jesus. No, I'll pull up a picture. I'll put a picture in the side chat just so that you can understand who I'm talking to. But dude looks just like Biggie. Could be fucking identical to Biggie. Not the right age, obviously, but like, dude, could look just like Biggie.
Are you saying all fat people look alike, Steve? Are you fat phobic?
I didn't say that. I did not say that at all. He is 26, but I'm gonna post a picture.
All right, let's see this.
Dude looks just like fucking Biggie, bro.
So, fun story when we talk about big rappers, no pun intended. Did you hear about the fucking like the I guess underground rapper is the proper term because they're sure as shit and not signed that I know of or anything. But it's this this woman rapper who sued a Lyft driver because the Lyft driver told her that he couldn't carry her in his car. She was too big.
Damn dog.
He looked at her and said no. And she sued him.
No.
Yeah. He looked at her. Well, he looked at her and said because he was driving like a fucking like a Toyota or some shit, like a fucking sedan, right? Oh, yeah, you're not wrong. So he's driving like a fucking Toyota Celica or some shit like that, right? And in this apparently, and I saw a picture. This girl is big. Like this is a concern for the health kind of big, right? And he just looked at her and goes, "Ma'am, I can't safely drive you in this car. You're after going to get a different driver." And she sued him.
Did she?
I don't know. I don't know if she actually won. I think it was still ongoing the last I knew. But yeah, I was in shock because I was like, "Oh, that is something I did not expect to pop up on my 2025 list was large rapper sues little Indian guy who was just trying to make a living doing Lyft because he didn't want to destroy his shocks.
Jesus.
I
But yeah,
mean,
no,
fucking
I
bet.
posted a picture in the side chat. Homie's 26 years old, but looks just like Biggie.
You're not. You know what? I wanted to give you shit, and I was gonna make more jokes, but you're not wrong. Like, yeah.
And he sounds like him too.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, he sounds like it's a very, very close match to
Maybe
him.
he's like one of Biggie's like mystery kids. It's one of the
Probably.
He's one of the secret kids.
He's one of the fucking cocaine-filled love child.
Cocaine-filled love
Okay.
child.
He's one of the ones that didn't make it for the hot sauce condoms.
Cocaine.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't even give him shit for that. That shit was genius.
Okay.
What?
The hot sauce condoms,
Hot sauce condoms.
bro. I think it was Drake. I know it was like an R&B artist or somebody famous, but
That sounds like
basically this girl has a hookup with this artist. This girl has a hookup with this artist, and then tries to use the used condom to get his sperm to actually inseminate herself, and gets massive burns because he dabbed hot sauce into it to make it unusable.
That's
I mean,
genius and all. That is villain level. That is super villain level genius.
Yeah. So she shoot him for physical damages, but he's like, you were trying to entrap me in a pregnancy.
I mean, I don't blame him.
That's gonna become, you know, when college kids, like when we were in, I know when I was in college, you used to talk about shit like the dolphin and things like that. Hot sauce condom is now on that list of things. Joe, you know what the dolphin is, right? The angry dolphin.
I do not.
Oh, you know what the angry dolphin is?
I don't know, and I'm
It's when
concerned.
it's when you're having sex and you're doing it doggy style, right? And you slip out and then you start to poke the butthole and they go.
Jesus.
I hate every part of the fact that I just not only seen you as you done that, but heard that shit at the same time.
Newt sounds so
God.
far away. And you're Jesus.
That's like 5 seconds of my fucking life I'll never get back.
Yeah.
My favorite realistic but awful Urban Dictionary sex move was the bucking bronco, which depending on which version of it. So if you're doing the female bucking bronco where you're on top, you would say another girl's name and then try to stay on as long as possible. Or vice versa. Get the rodeo clown, whatever you want to fucking call it. But
rodeo clown.
The male version where you females on top and
That's
she's just
like
Newt. I'm not on birth control, and then just try to fucking stay on top.
See, the one I heard when I was in high school was when, again, doggy style is involved, and you do the reach around and you grab the chest and you go, these feel just like your mom's. And yeah.
Yes.
John is ultimately disgusted right now.
Moral of this section of the podcast: kids suck. Kids will always suck, and parents, your kids suck. When they're in school, they all suck together, and they're gonna say terrible things. And one of these days, your kid's gonna look at you and go, "Ma, what's a dirty Sanchez?"
Go ask your uncle.
Go ask your uncle. Jesus fuck. Oh man, that's all right. That is something.
John's like that.
This whole thing is gross. Let's see. John went to Laney High School though. That was like the like they're kind of redneck, but they're also kind of like they're all rednecks, but they're all wearing polo shirts and Sperry's. Like he's not his head like, yeah, you ain't wrong.
It's like
you ain't wrong.
redneck.
Yeah.
Hollister fucking special.
He went to the fucking high-end redneck school.
Straight up Hollister special.
I taught at John's school for like a semester, and every time I walked in, the first thing I'd smell was Abercrombie and Finch and depression, and I just the moment I realized I hated teaching high schoolers. It's teenagers.
Dude,
No, it was so bad because like we had all three within like a very short. Because you had like American Eagle, Aeropostale, Hollister, and Abercrombie all in the same mall, so they just all wore the same
Oh
dumb
God,
shit.
yes. And our mall. So Joe, because you've been to the malls in New York City, they're big, right? And they stink. You walk by stores that stink. You know, I went to the one in New York, and it was just there, but they're so big that you don't really smell it once you get past a certain point, right? Like it just kind of evaporates into a different smell, or like to Auntie Anne's or whatever. Not in our mall, the Wilmington Mall. Nah, that bitch is so fucking tiny, and the fucking Abercrombie and Finch store took up so much goddamn space that reek just seeped through the entire fucking store. You walk into JCPenney.
It spilled into Belk.
Yeah, you walk into JCPenney and you smell fucking Abercrombie and Finch. Walk into Belk, Abercrombie and Finch. You walk by the counter where the one guy's trying to sell you like cell phone covers and stuffies for some reason. Abercrombie and fucking Finch.
I do not, in fact, like girls that wear Abercrombie and Fitch. I don't care if they have one wish. Please don't stop by for the summer.
You know what?
Chinese food doesn't make me sick.
Yeah.
I know where you're going with that.
Dude,
I know that shit. You're barking up my you're barking up a whole core memory, dog.
Dude, all I know is I couldn't walk in the mall. I walked in the mall. I walked into Hot Topic. I bought what I was going to buy at Hot Topic. Walked into Spencer's, looked at the sex toys and all the cool things at Spencer's, and then I'd leave because that fucking smell would make me sick.
Dude, I used to. God, whenever I was young, we would go to the mall. We would go to the mall, and like, you remember FYE?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yes, the glory days. Where all the CDs
so there's
and
an FYE.
the vinyls were.
There used to be one in the Burlington Mall. There's one in Greensboro Mall.
I need to make a trip to Greensboro.
I walked in there one day. I was like, this doesn't even smell like FYE for one. And for two, there's like, this is not right.
Whatever was that? Why did FYE always smell like musk?
I think it was probably
the people.
Yeah. The people and like all the fucking vinyl. Like, dude, you got to think like records and shit. They have a smell.
They do. I love the smell of a good record.
They have a musty smell.
Oh, I can tell you guys about the quick story before we end it for tonight. Because I had another cool thing come through my pawn shop. Before I move on to a different job,
we're gonna have a segment at the end of every episode now.
So,
what weird thing is Anthony got at a pawn shop today?
So we got this guy who comes in. He brings shit in all the time. He brought kids' bikes last time. He's just been clearing out storage and shit like that, right? So he comes in, he goes, "Hey, do you guys do records?" I go, "No, we don't do records. We send you down to Yellow Dog Disc and have you do them there." He goes, "Well, I got this record here and I wanted to see how much it was worth." He hands me an original with sleeve Abbey Road. I looked at this man. I looked at the vinyl, took it out. I grabbed the record player that we had in there. I was like, "Listen to me. I'm going to tell you this. Do not sell this unless they offer you some ridiculous amount." I was like, "It's not in plastic, but you have the sleeve and everything in here. This is the original album." I was like, "I'm going to play it because I need to hear it. Because I had this album before and I love this album. It's one of my favorite Beatles albums. But I'm going to put it back in the sleeve and give it to you. And I want you to either take it home and find a fucking guy to seal it, do whatever. Save this disc." He goes, "Yeah, I got an original Johnny Cash too." "Save that too." Stop bringing it to me. I was like, "I will take it if you."
I'm going to say the thing, and it's unpopular. The Beatles are overrated.
I'm not a huge fan of the Beatles. Just I really enjoy the Abbey Road album. I like Abbey Road and Yesterday.
There's an Abbey Road album on eBay for $300.
Yeah, I pulled it up and I showed him. I was like, "This is what you have." You have an original Abbey Road with the sleeve. The case is a little busted up, so like you might be looking at a couple $100 more than I was going to be able to pay you. I don't even handle in vinyls, but I could pay you $5. That is the
so
price.
it varies. There's one for sale on eBay for 450. Like, yeah, it's
Well, you gotta be careful too because they re-released Abbey Road in like the 80s or 90s.
well, here's one for $2,000.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the cool thing that came to my shop. That and some boxing equipment, which I got a free pair of boxing gloves. That was kind of cool. But yeah, but yeah, he brought me an original Abbey Road. I got to hold on to a piece of fucking history, in my opinion. I'm still waiting for someone to bring me like an AC/DC, something from AC/DC. That's what I want. Don't get anything AC/DC. I'll buy it. I'll buy it myself. Hand me that Angus Young guitar. Wait for that to come in. But anyway, but yeah, that was the cool thing that came to my shop. But it's also been about an hour. Anyone got anything else? Any end caps for the night?
No, but I was interested in getting an energy drink that didn't have sugar or nasty chemicals in it, where would I go?
Funny you should ask. There, Joe. We have an awesome sponsor named W. If you use code SCIENCE, you get 10% off your order. Make sure to check them
The look
out.
of hatred on John's face.
The look of weird disdain on John's face right now. Like, I can't believe you just done that dumb shit.
You know what? You know what
on
would fix that look?
Oh,
A delicious drink full of nootropics and coffee cherry extract, which is what W's made out of. 10% off with the code SCIENCE. Anyway, thank you everybody for coming and hanging out. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out tonight. Newt, thank you for being a quiet observer. I appreciate you coming in and putting in your input every time. I do enjoy when Newt's in. I do always enjoy when Newt's here.
In the background.
Pretty much what he does.
that may have been the low like reverb that you were hearing. It was the sound of Newt's plate in his head. Oi.
Anyway,
Oi.
everybody have a good night. Bye. I'm gonna not hit the wrong button this time.
Yeah. I love how near invisible this knife is.